Hey everyone, and welcome back to the channel. Today we're tackling a question that pops up a lot, especially when you're trying to get healthier. Does drinking alcohol completely sabotage your weight loss efforts? You're putting in the work, you're watching what you eat, you're hitting the gym. But what about that Friday night beer with friends, or that relaxing glass of wine after a long day? Does it really make a difference? Let's break it down. First things first. Let's talk about the most obvious factor, calories. It's no secret that alcoholic drinks contain calories, and often they're what we call empty calories. This means they provide energy, but very little in the way of essential nutrients like vitamins, minerals, or fiber. Think about it this way: a standard 12-ounce beer has about 150 calories. A 5-ounce glass of wine is around 100 calories, and a shot of liquor like vodka or rum is also about 100 calories. That might not sound like a lot on its own, but it adds up quickly. And that's before we even get to cocktails. Add in sugary sodas, juices, and syrups, and you can easily be looking at a drink with hundreds of calories. A sweet piña colada, for instance, can pack a whopping 500 calories or more in a single glass. That's more than a decent-sized meal for some people. As psychiatrist Dr. Heinberg explains, any beverages are a big source of empty calories, whether it's soda, juice, sweet tea, beer, wine, or cocktails. Any of those things add calories, but really, without nutrition and without the sense of feeling full. That feeling of fullness is key. You can drink 300 calories and still feel hungry, whereas eating 300 calories of a balanced meal would likely leave you feeling much more satisfied. But the story doesn't end with calories. Alcohol has a few other sneaky ways it can affect your weight. One of the biggest is its impact on your metabolism. When you have a drink, your body treats alcohol like a priority. It wants to get it out of your system as quickly as possible. So your liver puts its other jobs on hold, including its primary role in burning fat for energy. Instead of burning the fat from the meal you just ate, your body is busy processing the alcohol. This can temporarily slow down your fat-burning process, making it harder to see the results you're working for. And here's something we can all probably relate to. Alcohol lowers our inhibitions. We've all been there. You go out with the absolute best intentions. You're going to order the grilled chicken salad. But after one or two drinks, that voice in your head that was so disciplined suddenly gets a lot quieter. All of a sudden, the basket of fries or the loaded nachos on the menu starts looking irresistible. Alcohol impairs our judgment, making us more likely to give in to cravings and make less healthy food choices than we would sober. So, does this mean any amount of alcohol will completely derail your weight loss journey? Well, not necessarily, but how you drink definitely matters. Interestingly, a 2019 study shed some light on this. Researchers looked at the drinking habits of men and women and compared them to their weight. What they found was surprising. It wasn't just about how often people drank, but more about how much they drank in a single session. Dr. Heinberg, commenting on the study, noted that for women in particular, heavier drinking, or what's known as binge drinking, was associated with an increased risk of obesity. For context, binge drinking is generally defined as having 4 or more drinks for women or 5 or more for men within a couple of hours. So, having one drink a few nights a week might have a very different impact than having 5 or 6 drinks all on one Saturday night. This tells us that moderation is absolutely crucial. The key isn't necessarily total abstinence forever, but rather building a healthier, more mindful relationship with alcohol. So if you're trying to lose weight but don't want to give up alcohol completely, what can you do? Are there ways to find a balance? The answer is yes. Dr. Heinberg suggests that cutting out empty calories is always a great place to start when trying to lose weight. But if you do choose to drink, here are some practical strategies to keep you on track. First, practice moderation. This is the golden rule. Official guidelines recommend up to 1 drink per day for women and up to 2 for men. Sticking to these limits will significantly reduce your extra calorie intake and minimize the impact on your metabolism and judgment. Remember, less is always more when it comes to alcohol and health. Second, be a smart selector. Not all drinks are created equal. You can make lower calorie choices that still let you enjoy the social moment. Opt for a light beer instead of a heavy craft ale. Choose a dry wine, like a Sauvignon Blanc or Pinot Noir, over a sweeter Riesling or Moscato. When it comes to spirits, the alcohol itself has calories, but the mixers are often the real culprits. Instead of sugary soda or juice, mix your vodka or gin with soda water and a squeeze of fresh lime or lemon. This simple swap can save you over 100 calories per drink. Third, watch your portion sizes. A standard drink has a specific definition: 12 ounces of beer, 5 ounces of wine, or 1.5 ounces of distilled spirits. It's easy to overpour at home, and many bars and restaurants serve much larger portions. That giant goblet of wine might actually be 2 or even 3 standard servings. Being mindful of how much you're actually consuming is a huge step. Fourth, stay active. This one is a no-brainer, but it's worth repeating. Regular exercise helps create a calorie deficit, which is essential for weight loss. A consistent fitness routine can help offset some of the extra calories you might consume from an occasional drink. It's all part of the energy in, energy out equation. Fifth, plan ahead. If you know you're going to a party or out for dinner where you will likely have a drink, you can budget for it. Maybe you have a lighter, protein-packed lunch that day, or you skip your usual afternoon snack. By planning your calories for the day, you can fit in a drink without derailing your progress. And finally, my favorite tip: hydrate, hydrate, hydrate. Drink a full glass of water before you have an alcoholic beverage. Then, try to have a glass of water in between each drink. This does a few amazing things. It helps you stay hydrated, which is crucial because alcohol is a diuretic. It also slows down your drinking pace, making you less likely to overdo it. And sometimes, we mistake thirst for hunger or a craving for another drink, so staying hydrated can keep those feelings in check. At the end of the day, if you're serious about losing weight, cutting back on alcohol is one of the most effective changes you can make. The benefits go way beyond the number on the scale. It's great for your sleep, your energy levels, and your overall health, but it doesn't have to be an all-or-nothing situation. By being mindful, making smarter choices, and practicing moderation, you can still enjoy a drink from time to time without completely undoing all your hard work. It's about finding a sustainable balance that works for you and your lifestyle. So to sum it up, alcohol can impact weight loss through its empty calories, its effect on metabolism, and its tendency to increase cravings. Binge drinking seems to be particularly linked to weight gain. However, by drinking in moderation, choosing lower calorie options, and staying hydrated and active, you can still work towards your goals. I hope this helped clear things up for you. It's all about making informed choices that align with your health journey. What are your go-to strategies for balancing social drinking with your fitness goals? Let me know down in the comments. I'd love to hear from you. Thanks so much for watching today. If you found this video helpful, please give it a thumbs up, and don't forget to subscribe to the channel for more content. Just like this, we'll see you in the next one.